It's like action figures.
Mm-hmm. You do a good job with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want an action figure like this.
Yeah, you made your own action figure. Hey guys, day 15 of Autism Awareness Month. This guy won't sleep, so this video is definitely going up late tonight. So another reaction that I get from people when we're out and about and I explain to them that the boys have autism is, oh, but they don't look autistic. You got the cat? Poor Dora. So I know that I find myself observing other children's behavior when we're out, and like I can tell sometimes those who have autism by their behavior, because there's certain ways that they act that you can kind of tell sometimes. Especially if you've been around children with autism, enough children with autism, you know the signs, you know what to look for, you're just very observant. But the, oh, but they don't look autistic reaction typically comes after the boys have had a meltdown or like, you know, trying to interact with someone but really can't communicate correctly. So I don't think that what they mean is that they don't look autistic in the way that they behave. I'm thinking that they have this conception of what physical features people with autism have, or a certain look. So I'm definitely, I can say, was on the bandwagon of, oh, autism doesn't have a look. But then I really get to think about it and my curiosity takes over, and I actually did some research into, does autism actually have a look? So there is one study that I could find a few years ago, I don't think it's been duplicated though, where they took 3D images of boys with autism and boys without autism, and they did facial tracking and measurements on it, and they did find that those with autism had certain characteristics in common. So some were a wider forehead and wider set eyes. The nose and cheek area were shorter. I'm not sure what they meant by that. And that the little dimple right here between the nose and the mouth, and the mouth itself were wider than neurotypical boys. Yeah. But I'm like, but looking at pictures of, and knowing some people with autism, it's not like you could really like, oh, map that all out visually and see the difference in the computer. And to the trained eye of, I guess, like a doctor who's been studying this kind of thing for years, maybe you could tell just by looking, but I don't think that most people are trained that well to see those differences like at first sight and be like, oh, they probably have autism. So I'm not really sure what people are expecting. I've never had enough time, because it's usually in a store, to really ask people, oh, so what do you think autism looks like? But I'm really curious with that, of what people think that autism looks like. That was an interesting study, but do I think that autism has a look to the naked eye? It could be the way that a child holds themselves or how they behave, but I don't really think you could tell just by first glance, huh? Yeah. You're so tired, why won't you sleep? But yeah, so I've just heard other autism parents like really go off on people about their child, like, you know, autism doesn't have a look. When further studies are needed, but maybe it actually does. And that also ties into the possible genetic component to autism, I think. But I just found that interesting, and I've had it said to me plenty enough times that I just figured I'd bring it up. Okay, until next time, you want to say bye?
Yeah.
Until next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.